Live from 14 WFIE, this is Education Matters.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Education Matters. I'm Jennifer Cahill.
And I'm Vince Bertram. On today's show, we'll take a look at 4 EVST schools that are still in session after all other schools have let out for the summer. And we'll tell you why those schools chose to do this.
And we'll also take a look at the nearly 1,500 seniors who graduated last weekend. One senior gives advice to all those entering high school next year. But first this morning, let's take a look at what's going on in education this week. In our nation's capital, the Education and Workforce Committee passed the first bill aimed to revamp education and secondary education law. The bill's sponsor says this is an important step towards streamlining and simplifying the federal footprint in education. It will eliminate more than 40 inefficient, duplicated federal education programs, rein in unnecessary bureaucracy, streamline federal spending, and reduce the government's role in the national K-12 classroom. Evansville's 8th District Congressman Larry Bucshon sits on this committee. He co-sponsored the bill, which passed 23 to 16. Now, Dr. Bertram, this bill is going to do a lot towards getting rid of unnecessary programs, the bill sponsors say. How do you feel about this kind of reform?
Well, interestingly, we had Larry Bucshon on earlier in Education Matters, and then just a couple months ago we met in Washington, D.C. with Jim Shelton, one of the Assistant Secretaries of Education, on this very topic. And what happens is there's a layering effect of bureaucracy. You have the local level trying to affect children, where teachers are closest to the students, then you have the state policymakers, and then the federal policy. And the reality is these makes for a convoluted system. And I think streamlining operations, streamlining processes and programs, and aligning more with states is absolutely the right direction to go. And I think this is a very important first step in addressing No Child Left Behind and the reauthorization of the Elementary Secondary Education Act.
Because in Indiana, Dr. Tony Bennett has worked with his local school districts to kind of get rid of a lot of those layers here, but there's still those federal levels or layers, so this will help there? Well,
what happens is you have these ties with federal and state dollars. So you're required to do certain things to get the money. The reality is not all schools are created the same, and students need and have different needs. And if we don't have the flexibility to meet those needs, it becomes problematic. So you're spending money on things that are ineffective, and that is what has happened historically in our nation. And I think this is, again, is a very important step in moving that direction. And Dr. Bennett has been very clear about eliminating bureaucracy, creating more flexibility for local schools.
Because in those situations where you're doing these programs just to get the money, but they're not working for kids, you're essentially just wasting those vital hours during the school day.
No question. And I think there's an opportunity here to say, here's the money, here's your plan. Now run with the plan. We'll hold you accountable for the results.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much. And coming up next, school isn't out for summer for the students at 4 EVST schools. Find out why they're still in class and how this is helping to bridge the achievement gap.
For millions of people, gambling offers a harmless and entertaining diversion from everyday life. However, for a small percentage of people, the act of placing a bet can be a moment of overwhelming compulsion. If you or someone you know suffers from a gambling problem, help is only a phone call away. Enjoy the fun and always bet with your head, not over it. Casino Aztar, celebrating the winning spirit of our community.
TRU Event Rental Incorporated is a complete event service company locally owned and operated since 1988, providing the tri-state area with professional service and quality equipment for corporate events, convention setups, weddings, backyard parties, and more. To make an appointment, call 812-423-6744 or visit our website. We stake our reputation on your event. Farm Boy Food Services is a family-owned food distributor serving the tri-state for more than 50 years. We stock more than 5,000 products, including fresh and frozen meats, seafood, entrees, produce, dairy products, and much more. Our store hours are Monday through Friday 8 to 6, Saturday 8 to 3. Contact us at 428-8436 or visit our website. Farm Boy, just a little better.
There's only one dealer that can claim to be the top-selling dealer, and that's Town & Country Ford Superstore on the Lloyd at I-164. At Town & Country Ford, we earn the business of the people in the tri-state by offering great buys you can believe in. Like this new 2010 Ford F-150 Super Cab. You can drive it home today for just $18,111. No gimmicks like adding destination charges to sale prices. No hidden charges at the Superstore. You want the best price and the best trade-in value and the best possible financing at the Superstore. We will make you a believer.